Bench. I also request all the paper presenters for the technical session 3 to come and give their pen drives to the members, as we are not going to have tea break in between. I request all the revered guests to come up on dais. We have very distinguished guests with us. We have Dr. A.K. Rath, former Secretary, Ministry of HRD, Government of India, and Professor, IMI New Delhi and Bhubaneshwar as the chair of the session. Along with him, we have Dr. D.K. Bakshi, Chief Mentor and CEO, Global Talent Company Limited, India. Mr. Kamal Singh, Executive Director, United Nations Global Compact Network, India. Dr. Joanne Rowley, Dean School of Business, Medgar Evers College City University, New York, USA, who would be joining us online, are the keynote speakers of the session. We have Professor Swagat Mishra and Professor Sadanand Meher as the rapporteurs of the session. I now request a student volunteer to welcome our guest with a bouquet of flowers. We welcome you, sir. Now, let me take the opportunity of introducing each of the revered guests present on the dais. Dr. A.K. Rath, former Secretary, Ministry of HRD, Government of India, and Professor, IMI New Delhi and Bhubaneshwar. Master of Science in Physics, PhD in Business Administration, Dr. Arun Kumar Rath, educated in Utkal University, Delhi University, Birmingham and Bradford University. He joined the Indian Administrative Services in 1973 after a brilliant academic career. As Joint Secretary, Department of Public Enterprise Government of India, Dr. Rath was in charge of formulating policy for central public sector enterprises of India. As the Additional Secretary, Ministry of Steel, Dr. Rath served as the director in the boards of 5 leading public sector steel companies. Dr. Rath is currently the professor and the chairman, Center of Excellence for Corporate Governance and Social Responsibility in IMI Bhubaneshwar and New Delhi. We welcome you, sir. Let me now take the opportunity of introducing Mr. D.K. Bakshi, Chief Mentor and CEO, Global Talent Company Limited, India. Mr. Bakshi has 26 years of experience as HR professional and has worked with 9 cultures around the world. He worked on various aspects of human resources, management and development. His role in 26 years of experience has been recruitment, induction, placement, training and development, performance management system, key people development, promoting mutual learning models, and total quality management. He speaks at various international conferences on various topics of global challenges as well as human technology. He conducts many public programs in Asia Pacific, including a well-established public program called Roadmap to Success. We welcome you, sir. I now take the privilege of introducing Mr. Kamal Singh, Executive Director, United Nations Global Compact Network, India. Mr. Singh is currently leading UN Global Compact Network, India as Executive Director. He holds postgraduate diploma in personnel management and is also an alumnus of JNU. Prior to joining UNGCNI, he was the Director General at National HRD Network, wherein he contributed significantly towards creating multi-value propositions for its stockholders and a critical mass of leadership in its members. During his stint in IMA, he was credited for launching several new initiatives and brought laurel to IMA, thereby building profile and equity among its stakeholders. We welcome you, sir. I now take the privilege of introducing Dr. Joanne Rowley, Dean, School of Business, Medgar Evers College City University, New York, USA, who would be joining us online. Dr. Joanne Rowley is the Dean of School of Business at Medgar Evers College, USA. Dean Rowley has extensive executive leadership experience in higher education, corporate, and federal government operations. In 2015, she was awarded recognition by the Network Journal as one of the 25 influential African women in business. Dean Rowley's background includes working in multiple federal agencies, academic institutions, IBM, and consulting. In academic institutions, she has been responsible for academic leadership, academic program, and student affairs. We welcome her. I now humbly request the Chair, Dr. Rath, to initiate the session.
Good afternoon. It's a great honor for me to chair this prestigious session of the International Conference on Issues and Challenges of Business in Emerging Economy. I must compliment the organizers, namely BGU and University of Ljubljana, for conceptualizing this kind of a intervention event on a very important topic which is engaging the entire global economy, including India. Now, I must particularly congratulate, compliment, and pay my highest personal regards to Professor Bhubaneshwar Naik, who is the spirit behind this conference with his eminent colleagues. I welcome my very esteemed colleagues on the dais, Dr. Bakshi, Mr. Kamal Singh, whom I know for long years. In fact, my coming here is fulfilling a dream of meeting them after a long time, after I shifted to Bhubaneswar from Delhi. They are both eminent, very eminent in their own ways, contributing to the global scenario on the topic, and it will be a great pleasure to listen to them on some very important issues. I also welcome the rapporteurs. I welcome the participants, very eminent, distinguished audience. I welcome the faculty members of the university, and perhaps some students may be there. Before I begin, may I request the participants who are in the back benches to come forward. With so many empty chairs, they will be participating more, and the speakers also will feel more motivated to communicate. I request them to come to the front benches. I don't think there will be many more takers, so you can come occupy some of the front benches. Now, the topic for the session is very, very important, because the global economy is looking to the emerging markets, emerging economies, the developing countries, whatever you call them, for growth. Because those who are developed are saturated. Those who have so-called rich, they have little chance to develop further. So the future of the global economy lies in the emerging markets. Also, I welcome my colleague, Professor Manit Misra, a great professor of marketing. And Manit, nice that you come. Now, the future of the global economy lies in the emerging markets. But emerging markets are emerging. They have great opportunities, but also great risks. How we can take advantage of the opportunities and minimize the risks so that we build a stable global economic and financial system. That is a big challenge. Be it political risk, be it social risk, be it currency risk, be it big power policy risks for the emerging economy, be it marketing risks, be it volatility. All are the risks in working in the emerging markets. But all the developed countries are coming to emerging markets for participating in business. So this is a challenge for the global economic order, which is very volatile. Climate change, latest, is going to impact the emerging economies more, and the poorer section of the emerging economies more than anybody else. Be it a shortage of raw material, be it shortage of water, whatever, climate change is going to be a big challenge for the emerging economies. Now, they're emerging, but suddenly one doesn't know what is going to happen. So these are the big challenges, but they're growing, be it education, be it manpower, be it young talent, be it the raw material which is unexploited. They're all in the emerging economies. In fact, all the MNCs are, all the big countries, all these countries are looking towards the emerging economy. With this backdrop, since time is short, we already run behind schedule, so I will come back at the end to summarize and give my points to you once again. So I would request the first eminent speaker, my very dear friend, Dr. D.K. Bakshi, who has come all the way from Bangkok to speak on cross-cultural and intercultural issues. Dr. Bakshi, please come.
Good afternoon. Namaste. Sat Sri Akar. Salam alaikum. Savadikap. Savadikap is how we say namaste in Thailand. I have been 15 years plus in Thailand, and it's exactly like namaste. The power of namaste. The divinity in you salutes the divinity in me, and divinity in me salutes the divinity in you. Unfortunately, we in India have forgotten this. But I want to tell you, I live in a country which is so powerful, even when you meet the Prime Minister, he will also do like this and bow his head in front of you. Small country, big impact. Indians look at differently, while as it's different. First of all, I must thank Professor Naik, a great friend, for inviting me to be here. And I know him last 20 years. I knew there was going to be something great. Why not to be in Bhubaneshwar? Professor Naik, thank you very much from the core of my heart that you invited me. I have a relationship with BIMTech from the days when it was not in Greater Noida, it was somewhere in Sheikh Sarai. Long back, when Pushpiwar actually, next to Sheikh Sarai. So relationship goes near about 25 years back. So that's a very strong relationship, and I'm missing Dr. Chaturvedi here, K.K. Sinhaji here, and we just heard Professor Saab, and he gave a wonderful presentation. That's BIMTech and Birla Global University. Of course, I am fan of Birlas and Tatas because we are the global power in the world when you see the Birlas and Tatas and many Indian companies. The beauty of this entire thing added more feather when I came to know that I am going to be meeting my great friends, Professor Rath, another 20, 25 years old, relationship, business personal, great human being, contributed effectively into the government, and then the institutions. Great to be with him, and he chairing the session. Along with him, Dr. Kamal Singh, 30 years, relationship, personal, and, when I was an assistant manager at HRD, at that time, we have a relationship from IMA days, a roadmap to success in IMA and National HRD Network, which I conducted. It's a signature program of mine, and I took it to near about 19 countries in the world, where Dr. Preetham Singh comes and delivers the inaugural, and Kiran Bedi delivers the valedictory. And this is Kamal Singh, who has been in my life. So all these people have contributed to my life. So I am here today because of all of them. And I see the beauty here. One side is Kamal, the knowledge. One side is Arun, who is giving us the agility. Then I see two M's. I see Meher and Mishraji that side. And I am somewhere D. But I am looking it as MAD. Making a difference. First of all, I feel very little upset when I see especially the students. Hello, are you here? I don't hear you. What's your name? Who are you? You are the youngest son of the world. And in case as youngest son of the world, you are not agile, then probably this world is not yours. I want to hear from you. Are you here? Yes, oh my God. Are you here? Yes, are you here? Yes, okay, here I start. And my topic is cross-cultural and intercultural. By the way, I think this is an old profile. I worked in 17 countries around the world, 3 continents, taken over near about 9 companies around the world, Indian company taking over 9 companies, and built 8 greenfields plants around the world. 17 countries, different faces, different colors, but I love them all as a global Indian. Here I go. Let me go through this presentation. Somebody is helping me? Yeah? Okay? Okay. You must be hearing, what is this global talent company? When I was working in India 15 years back, there was something in my mind, and when I met Professor Mitra this morning, FMS, and he remembered me and met many more people, I was talking about global talent, global talent, global talent, global talent, global talent, global talent. And finally, Global Talent is now 9-year-old company in the world. And in India, we are an ISO 9001-2015 version certification. Very less HR solution companies will have ISO, but TQM is my background along with HR, and I believe firmly into it. This is the vision of my company. We are in 2 continents right now. We are in Asia Pacific and North America. We plan to go to the 3rd continent. And of course, I will not go to the mission, the values. Great respect for human talent. Any color, any nationality, any religion, any gender. Great respect. Guaranteed customer focus. This morning when I was listening, the horse said money, 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 and money, and money, and money. Because when we work with customers, it's only money, money, and money. There's a customer-supplier relationship. Global outlook. Rather, I talk about local outlook. Thinking global, acting local. Good ethical practices. Wherever we operate, we respect the local laws. Gendered passion for success. Without passion, there's nothing. I am looking at this slide. Have a look of this slide, what it is. When you look at cultures, see, I'm taking from you to Germany. What kind of culture is existing. When we were deciding to take over companies in the world, we are doing a lot of study. How do we do it? How will we as Indians in that part of the world, in Germany, in Lithuania, in Romania, in Netherlands, or in America, Spain? And I want to tell you frankly, Kamal is a witness. When I went first time to that part of the world in Europe, they said, what will you do here, Indian? We went to a country called Lithuania. Asian was seen there, and we made a green field there. Look at this, establishing social trust first, while as getting down to the business first. Value personal relationship and goodwill, while as value what? Expertise and performance. So performance is very important. Agreement by general trust, agreement by specific legal contract. That's what the world is. Negotiations are slow. Negotiations are efficient as possible. So when you see cultural changes between the countries, between the continents, what kind of global Indian you need to become? Oh, sorry. I am looking at a couple of cultural management. Let's look at what kind. Global strategic skills. Are you building global strategic skills? Are you, even if you're working in a corporate, are you thinking global? Have you got that kind of skill where strategically you will be accepted? With commitment into that? Team building skills. When you are with different colors, different genders, different nationalities, different religions, different backgrounds, different genders, what kind of teams you are building up? Kind of team skills you have? Organizational skills. Looking at yourself, transfer of knowledge skills. Knowledge is the best currency of this millennium. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is euro. Knowledge is rupee. Knowledge is dollar. More knowledge, you get more money. And communication skills. The languages. I speak Thai. I do training in Thai language. Otherwise, I will not be accepted in a training class in Thailand. I need to do the same language, same communication, what locals are doing. I was sharing with someone, we went to Afghanistan to train 6 top women senators, member of parliament, directors. And it was a different feeling altogether. Women, 60 top leaders on the invitation of First Lady of Afghanistan. Different culture. The communication skill are different. I am a proud Indian. I am a proud Hindu. But I used to be with them early morning. Salam alaikum, subah khair. Salam alaikum, subah khair. With a hand on the heart. How do you communicate with them? On the same language. Because that is where the world is. And here I say, whether you are in any geography, whether you are in any place in the world, whether you are in any religion, whether you are in any nationality, whether anywhere and everywhere, working and socializing together. In case you want to become a real global Indian, a global manager, a global leader, look at this. Then you are accepted into the cross-cultural arena of the world. You cannot be thinking that I am an Indian, I will do the Indian way everywhere. Not at all. Or Americans cannot think that they come to India, do it American way. Because world has changed. I remember when I used to work for India in Parker Pen Company, and we got taken over by Gillette, American company, and they came to us and they said, oh, we need to change this. We said, we cannot change this. Hey, you have got to do it American way. So we cannot do it American way. We have to do it Indian way. There was a lot of fight between the two partners. But finally, they could see that in India, it has to be Indian way. In Thailand, it has to be Thai way. In Romania, it has to be Romanian way. So you can think global, but act locally. That's what I am trying to impress here to all of you. But there is one important thing which is happening around the world. All of us have been talking about this word. Have you heard this word? VUCA? Have you heard youngsters, the Youngistan of the world? Have you heard the word called VUCA? VUCA? No. So look at this word. This is such a very nasty word, but I have actually changed this word to something else. What is VUCA? And we are all part of this VUCA world. Look at this. David Cameron never thought that overnight there will be a vote in favor of Brexit. I wrote an article that night. I could not sleep myself that night. My brother lives in London, and I keep going and meeting them. How can it be possible there will be a Brexit? The East Germany and the other West Germany wall was broken. But how many of you here thought Donald Trump will become the President of America? Raise your hands. Very less people. But in the last week, entire game plan changed. In the training programs, in communication and presentation, I used to share how an American presidential debate takes place up to Obama and Romney. I cannot show the President Donald Trump and who was against her? Who was against her? Clinton. And how did he say on the presidential debate? I'm going to put her into the jail. She is a nasty woman. Was that the communication? Probably I cannot put it in the classrooms. And the same Donald Trump became the President of America, irrespective of the fact nobody even believed. Volatile. There's a 2,000 rupees note. आज मध्यरात्रि को नरेंद्र मोदी बोलने लगा. मध्यरात्रि बोला ना कुछ. ये नोट बंद हो गया. Suddenly something happened. And notes are over. There's a notebandi. Unbelievable, unheard. Nobody ever thought. But he did it. 56 inch ka China jo bhi, whatever we call it. He did it. And do you see Ratan Tata along with Ratan Tata? Who you see? Who's that? Have you ever heard about? I love Tatas. I respect Tata company. And I had never in my life believed that a sacking can take place. And when you see down, you see somebody with gun. This is Syria. Are you safe in wherever you are? You don't know. Hey, I belong to Kashmir. I'm a Kashmiri Pandit. My entire community is destroyed, have been thrown out from own place, and we are around the world because we were educated Kashmiri Pandits. The militants. So what all has happened in the world is VUCA, and people call it volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. They say this is a new norm of life. Everybody talks about it. And it's a fact. I am pushing it because before my chairman says, you need to be sure what timing you have. Chairman sir, how much time I have?
I think about 10 minutes.
No, 10 minutes. Then it's okay. Then I go back. Okay. Can I go back to the slide, to this last one? Yes. Get me back. Yes. Volatility. Nature of speed, value of change, which is not predictable, turbulence and competitiveness. Uncertainty, lack of predictability, never-ending challenges, future outcomes and decision-making challenges, complexity and ambiguity. When you see all this, this is part of you. Do you think it's going to change? Do you think this volatility is going to be decreasing or increasing? Is it going to be increasing or decreasing? Decreasing? Increasing. Hey, so you are in a world which will make sure that every day this volatility will increase. Then what do you do? Do you remember this guy? He said, I feel great about the future of our company, but I am not sure about the future of my grandchildren. We don't know. I am right now working with a couple of people who are great businessmen, but they have not, their children are not doing anything. They're wasting money of their parents. I went other day to a business school, a very respectable university. I saw students talking and I got them in front. I said, what is the level of your father's business? He says 50 crores. I said, then I think very soon you are going to put a lock into that because you are not serious about your life. I don't know. That's the world. But other side, Narayana Murthy says about the great guru of our country. He says, these days world moves so fast that if the person who says that something cannot be done is proved wrong by another person who has already done it or who is already doing it. That kind of a world we are in. Now look at this. What my volatility is. My volatility is, why don't you change that negative influence into positive by commitment to a strong vision which is even more vital in turbulent times? Why don't you look at uncertainty, clear understanding and ability of a leader to stop, look and listen? Great leaders you have got in your country and globally. Or why don't you look at complexity, emphasis on clarity, the deliberative process to make sense of the chaos. Change the negative to the positive. And why don't you look at ambiguity, commitment with agility, 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 agility. This is the power of the world, this word today. In case you are not agile, and the ability to communicate across the organization and move quickly to apply solutions. So what did I do? I changed your volatility to vision. What is the next? Unlimited. You was changed to unlimited. Potential. And competency is changed to capability and competency. And ambiguity is changed to alignment. Now this is how you look at yourself and you say this is a VUCA world, I cannot do it, I cannot get a job, I cannot do a business, I have no opportunities because there is VUCA everywhere. But in case you change your mindset, you change your thinking, you will actually look towards something which is not seen in the world. Become positive. 2008, when there was an economic tsunami in the world, people thought it's gone. When we used to have Lehman Brothers in our classrooms, a case study, and they destroyed the world. But there was a positivity of people who moved forward. Many companies got closed. Many people lost their job. So what in a global environment you need to look at cross-cultural level and intercultural level, you need to look at people who are aligned to your thought process, irrespective of their backgrounds, irrespective of their nationalities and religions. Therefore, I believe change is making a way of life. And I have created a change here. Competency development with global, rather local outlook. Harnessing a culture of performance. Whether you come from Odisha, you come from Punjab, or you come from Nagaland, you come from Tinsukia, or you come from New York, or you come from New Delhi, or you come from Laos, or you come from London. I will look at you, a performer. Align and respect different cultures. Savadikap, I said in the beginning. Because that is where you need to align with the people of different cultures. Nurture people to be creative and innovative. And the way Professor Mitra gave the innovative couple of things this morning was brilliant. Are you innovative? What are you going to bring to the organizations where you are working or you are going to be working? Next one, grow globally acceptable talent fit. Globally acceptable talent fit. In case you are not globally acceptable, you have no place. And the last one, energize people to deliver results. Energy, 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 energy. And agility. That is the change. Yes, sir. So I am looking towards a change agent in the cross-cultural one, a self-aware, a target-driven, a relationship-hungry. The networking, a relationship-hungry. जिसको भूख है रिश्तेदारी की. Organization influenced. Neighborhood and nation liked. And the last one, globally concerned, because this world is ours. We belong to this world. It is not India only we belong to. We belong to the entire world. So therefore, I am looking for a future change agent in a cross-cultural environment. A fast, an urban, a tribal, a universal, a radical, and of course, most important, an ethical. The role of business leaders in emerging economies would be to develop modules of unbelievable, unheard, unparalleled. We had not heard about Uber and Ola's just 3 years back, and today, Zomato's, we see everything unbelievable and unknown. And they can create strategic direction for organization, societal, regional, national, and global excellence. You will become, I am sure, a strategic partner, a change agent, an organization builder, a process facilitator, and above all, a champion of what? New India for the global world. And New India for the global world means a world where proud Indians are making a difference to the entire world, because we have the talent and we have the capability. We need to align ourselves to the global world. Thank you so much. Before closing, I want to give you a quick story. That's up. I can give a quick story. There was a very senior executive who was at an executive level, executive director in a multinational company. This guy comes back home after, hard days of work, and he has to make a presentation next day. So he sits down on his laptop and starts working on the computer. And he orders his wife. We take our wives for granted, our partners rather. Get me a cup of coffee. I need to work on my laptop. I have an important presentation to make tomorrow. The lady goes and tries to work out to get a cup of coffee for her. And he starts working. Within a few minutes, his 5-year-old child comes. He says, Dad, I want to play with you. Papa, Dad, I want to play with you. He says, what? I need to make a presentation. Please don't disturb me. Who are the most important people for us in our lives? Who are the most important people? Families. Who are the most neglected? Families again. So he said, what do I do? How do I get rid of this child? So he finds a magazine, and the last page of the magazine, he looks at this and he sees the picture of a world map. He cuts this world map into the pieces and he gives this to his son. He says, my dear son, there was a world map. I cut it into the pieces. You go to your room, you make this world map possible for me. And the moment you come back, I am going to play with you. So dad said, he's an IIM Ahmedabad, he has studied from a good institution, he's worked for 20 years, got rid of his son. Hey, where's my coffee? Within 5 minutes, the child comes back and he says, Dad, I have made the world map. He says, what? He said, I made the world map for you. He said, but how can you do it? He said, Dad, you come and I'll show you on my desk. And he saw the world map made. He asked his son, he says, tell me, how did you do it? He says, Dad, behind the world map, there was a picture which I knew, which you did not know. He said, what? He said, there was a picture of a man. I just combined the man, world was automatically made. So, to you, to all of you, in case you are able to connect men and women of the world, world is yours, world is yours, world is yours. You have the power of connect. Keep connecting the dots, keep connecting the people. Don't look at their colors, don't look at their cultures, don't look at their nationalities, don't look at their religion, don't look at their gender. Just connect. And you will be very successful in terms of intercultural and cross-cultural relationships. You can do a great business in the world, and you can be a successful business entrepreneur or an employee as a strategic partner to any business in the world, not only in India. At the end I say, खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तदबीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है, बता तेरी रजा क्या है, बता तेरी रजा क्या है. For the foreigners, make yourself so strong that even the God will say, what do you need in life? What do you need in life? What do you need in life? That is what New India and youngest town should become for the global world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Bakshi. Thank you, Dr. Bakshi. Now I invite Mr. Kamal Singh to speak on income inequalities and vulnerabilities.
Thank you, Dr. Rath. Respected Chair Dr. Arun Kumar Rath, my fellow speakers on the dais, none other than my own mentor and guide, Mr. D.K. Bakshi, and our rapporteurs, Mr. Swagat Misra, Dr. Meher, Dr. Sudhakar Pandaji, Dr. Nayak, Dr. Redo. I see my own guru, Dr. Mitra, Dr. Chari, and many others in such a distinguished audience. What as a student I would have asked for?